3, 2, 1. We're back with episode 63.
Yep.
63. So what we're on like week 2 of 75 hard.
When this
Yeah,
comes
day
out,
12.
when this comes out, it'll be day 15.
Day 15. I
Yep.
like it. So this will come out Monday. So welcome to Monday, March 23rd, I think, is when you're hearing this. Thought that,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? That's right, the 24th. Dates don't matter.
Do you guys? I don't even remember the days. Like I realize, know what day of the week I never remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
They all start blending together.
Yeah, it's all just runs together. But been good. I mean, I think this one, like we talked about last week, like we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. Just like we're in the routine, like we know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like yesterday, I've been in a conference the last yesterday and today from 8 to 4. So getting that second workout has been because then I gotta get home and Raymond wants a break.
Yeah.
So finding those were good. Like yesterday, I walked on the lunch and then trying to sort through food at a conference thing. So yesterday's lunch sucked. It was chicken Oros soup, salad, and then bread and cookies. So I was a little soup, a lot of salad, and then me and Butler were joking well, where's the protein?
Yeah.
Just little strips of chicken.
You ever notice that when some of these places they're just nothing?
No protein.
No
So I was
protein.
well, I'm bringing my lunch tomorrow, today when
Yeah.
we hear, we got the meeting today. So I'm going to take my lunch. And then when I got home last night, I was all right, let's go, all the protein, trying to, so.
Yeah, that was Tuesday. I got home later from work than I wanted to, and we had a reffing meeting. So it was literally walked in, and I still had to get a walk, eat, and read 10 pages. So I literally walked in the door. Kelsey was already home. Dropped everything, changed my shoes. Out the door I went, came back, made some eggs real fast, slammed those down. Back out the door I went to the meeting, got home at, I think it was a little after 8 when that got done. And then it was I still got to read and got that. But yeah, and then last night she had a meeting with somebody and she wanted me to go with her. So the same thing, walked in the door, we went and dropped Cold Talk, came back. She's like, hey, we got to be here there at 7. I'm like, cool, I'm going to swing through County Market, grab some chicken, slam those down, out the door, come back, change, and out the door we went again. It's just
Nice.
Holy cow. But,
Yeah, you got to make the days work. But it does become that routine. And I think for the ones, I asked that question the other day on the Facebook group, who's feeling good and rolling.
Yeah.
And for the most part, people are still in it. I think we've had one guy fall off, but, still trying to do the disciplines and things. And it's just, it's it took me 3 times to complete it, the first time. So
It took me twice.
yeah, I don't think there's a level of well, I just failed, so I can never try again. So,
Yeah.
But disciplines are good.
It's organized chaos. When you've done it enough times, just
Yeah.
running through what Vince is talking about.
Yeah.
You just okay.
Well, I really compare it again, we've made it 5 minutes, but I compare it to when I played football, in college. Your summer, you have your workout, you get to work out whenever you want, you're home, you're working, all that stuff, and then you go back to campus, and it's well, now I'm at camp.
Yeah.
And it's I know what the season looks like. I got practice every day at this time. I got film at this time. I still have school. I'm still trying to work. But yet you make it all work.
Yeah.
Somehow everything fits together, and it all gets done. So it's just a matter of we're in season right now. Off season was fun, but now we're in season.
Yeah.
So
We're the old vets. We know how to
That's
work
right.
the game
Yeah.
and everything
Yeah.
else.
yeah, I was trying not to report till day 30 of 75 hard, trying to be I'm holding out training camp. I'll come back at the end right before the season starts.
Yeah.
But no, that's good. So today we talked last week about
Authenticity.
authenticity, and that was cool. And then we had a cool opportunity last week to talk with the local news station, and I wanted to bring this up about authenticity. It was cool, definitely a little out of the comfort zone, but I don't know how many people will see it or when it'll air, but it was cool to sit down and talk. So they talked to each of us separately, which was cool.
That was a curveball I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, right.
I kind of expected us
Yeah.
all to kind
Yeah,
of
just
Yeah.
sit here and firing
Yeah,
off
they
questions.
definitely individualized it, and I was
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
expecting.
Yeah. So one of those things that we talk about, like in 75 Hard does, is like makes you uncomfortable, and we talk about timing, meeting opportunity, and so one of those things that opportunity comes up, and like you get a shot at it, so you better make the most of it, and whatever they do, you kind of roll with the punches. But going back to authenticity, being who you are in those moments, like it would be easy to try to pitch and make us sound different or try to, pump it up bigger than what we are or act like we're doing more than we are. But people would see through that. And so one of the things that I think people can see through is like when you say you're something, but you're not. And so Adam,
Oh,
I'd like to hear
I
a
wondered
joke
if
this.
this
I'd
is
like
where
to
he
hear.
was
I'd like to
going.
hear a joke this morning. Yeah,
I told Kelsey, I go, there's just some things that people just have a hard time letting go of, and Colton just will not let this one go.
It's just
He
hilarious.
just
Like,
won't let it go. I
But
heard his
no-
pride.
no,
I
go
took
ahead.
away the two things. Well, he's no longer fat, so he can't say he's the funny fat guy. Then I took away his pride of saying I was funny on national TV.
Yeah,
So now he's nothing.
I'm
He's
not.
no
I'm
longer
literally
fat or
just. I don't
funny.
know what I'm doing here. Bye, guys. This is Adam and
No longer
and
fat
Vince.
or funny.
I'm out. No, he goes. Guy goes. So what do you bring to the table to Adam? And Adam goes, probably the comic relief.
Yeah, I meant that as more of a punching bag, not the one who actually tells
Oh.
the jokes.
I got it. It's just funny. It's great. You are funny. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a great intro though. Like I was like, man, this is authentic. Like, what are we talking about? And
Oh,
then
I was.
Then I was
sitting-
like, oh, here it comes.
Yeah,
Here
know
it
I was
comes.
He's been chewing on this since Wednesday.
No, I got here at 4 to do my indoor workout, and I was thinking, how am I gonna lead into this? Like, I really got to paint a picture. Like,
He's really been chewing on this since Wednesday. I told Kelsey, I go, just wait, you'll hear it on the podcast. He won't let it go.
me and Vince are sitting over there, like, what did he say? I was like, all right.
I think we both kind of had the same like confused dog look.
I was like, huh? Like, I mean, Adam is funny, but like typically on the podcast, he's pretty introspective and like
Yeah.
deep and
He's the philosophical
yeah,
one
he's the
normally.
philosophical guy. And then he's like,
Now,
yeah, basically like I'm like the Shane Gillis of Operation Bad. Like I'm pretty hilarious. Like I think he said that, and then he's like, "You guys want to hear it? I'll do 5 minutes right now. I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and give you my stand up."
Yeah.
So
Trying out for SNL next week. Let's go.
Yeah,
yeah, Operation Dad SNL.
that'd be good.
No, I'm sorry. I had to bring it up, and I had to take the long way around. So no, but I will say, everybody did a really good job. I felt like, and it would have been funny had we got to do that the first week of doing this podcast.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, we were all one take homies. Now, granted, some of us overachieved and got asked one question and answered everything in one answer.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it was television. I was like, well, they just need to be able to air this.
That's probably they won't air it because like, well, we only got one guy saying everything, so what are the other two guys supposed to do?
They can clip me. What? You added the best part. I can't wait.
What? That was funny.
Yes.
Remember, like there's gonna be like a 10-second skit. I'm the funny one, and they'll break the Vince.
I want to be like. We should. I mean, we're not doing this, but it would be funny if like we just started making sketches, like just of chaos. Thinking about like.
Well, you don't have to do a sketch. We all have kids. All you gotta do is just
Right.
videotape our life
Right.
at home every
Yeah.
now and then. There's enough chaos for you.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to. You talked about the curveball with the interview, and then let's talk about curveballs in parenthood. So, I'll throw this one out for you. So Asher, my oldest, he's 4. Has always, and maybe there's somebody listening that can explain what happened and what this is, because I'm in the loss in the father category of what this is. Every time we lay him in his bed, since he was little, even in the crib, like he doesn't get out of bed. He'll just yell for you, like when he wants to get up or need something. And Thursday, there was a mother-son skate night through his school. So Rami and him go, and he played for like 3 hours. She was like hard, like skating, jungle gym, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets home and he's wired. And he goes to bed, and we rock him, lay him in bed, tell him good night, blah, blah, blah. we go to our room. Ramey's watching a show. She gets up to go to the bathroom, and she was gone for like a little while. And like she comes back and she's like, his door was wide open, and I went in and he wasn't in bed. And I was like, where was he? Obviously, you're not freaking out. He was asleep in the recliner. And she's like, it scared me. It was super weird. She's like, so I like grabbed him, like woke him up, and she said he was completely out of it. And I was like, what are you doing in your chair, buddy? And he was like, I thought you were coming back to rock me. And then she's like, he was completely asleep, like no idea. And she's like, so I laid him in his bed, and then I went and turned on the alarm on the front door because I was like, yeah, we need that on. And yeah, just super weird. Like that's the weirdest thing that like I've experienced. Like in terms, like it was freaked Ramey out. But then I was like, what is this new? Is this gonna be a new thing? Like
Maybe.
he's sleep
Could
moving.
Could be a sleepwalker.
So then I asked him the next morning. He woke up and I was like, hey, do you remember getting in the chair? No. He's like, Mom rocked me in that, and then put me in bed. And I was like, and then you were sleeping in it. No. Okay. Well, I'm not going to push you. I don't want you to think about this a lot and do it again. But so, have you guys experienced sleepwalking with your kids?
No, we just get a talker or a laugh every now and then.
Oh, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not like a belly laugh. It's just that almost like sinister hee hee hee. It's like,
Oh.
I don't know what you're dreaming about. Stop, you're freaking me out.
Aria's a sleepwalker.
Really?
Yeah. She'll talk normal in her sleep, and then like she'll wake up, walk around, and then she'll come to our bed, and she'll start like, all of a sudden I'll feel her and I'll wake up and she'll just like kind of talk to me for a second. And I'm like, Aria, go back to bed. And then like she just kind of looks at me, and then like something you'd see out of The Ring or Annabelle.
No.
And then just like she just turns and she's got that longer hair too.
Yeah, I know.
Because she's freaked Liz out when Liz used to have a door open.
Yeah.
Because she would just kind of hover over
Oh, that's crazy.
Elizabeth's door, and then that long hair, and
I'd
like,
punt your kid through the drywall. I would punt your kid.
And then you ask her the next morning, "Do you remember?" And she's just like, "No."
So if you take like what you just let it happen?
Yeah, so what happened? And she goes back to bed.
Well, she like runs out the front door.
Well, we got a
Top lock.
top lock
Yeah.
for that.
Well, good thing you got one story too, so you don't have to worry about him like falling downstairs.
Stairs.
Or anything
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
true. But yeah, super creepy. I was like,
Oh
let's
yeah,
not.
because she's really quiet. She's ninja-like way she walks. Even those
Oh,
hardwood
man.
floors, like she doesn't make a sound until all of a sudden you just wake up. And like I open up one eye because if I open both eyes and I just see the silhouette, I freak out a little bit too. I'm like,
Just put that.
I lay there and I'm like, man, she's right there. I can feel her. I can almost like slightly hear her breathing. So I'm like, Aria, what are you doing?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, she doesn't like storms, so I slept with her the other night, Tuesday night,
Yep.
and yeah, she woke me up. I thought she's talking to me. Nope, she's dead asleep, just having a conversation with somebody, and it's her normal voice. I'm like, Aria, what? Go sleep. Like, or you're talking to somebody.
She's like, I am asleep.
Like,
I was.
like you're
Woke
talking
me
to
up.
somebody again.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't know. Just they just sleep that hard, and
Oh,
they don't know. They go to some sort of different place,
yeah.
and they're sleep.
I was trying to figure out if it was like, well, he had to be exhausted.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so I
but
think
you
that
just-
adds to
and
like
that's what I think it is.
just his brain gets to that, or his body gets to like that deep sleep before his brain does.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, yeah, because even like on my most exhausted days, that's even when my more vivid dreams
Right.
are happening.
Mhm.
Because you're
Yeah,
like-
because you get into that deep,
Yeah.
deep sleep.
Yeah, and that's when you wake up and you're like, what
What
the
year
heck
is
just happened? Like was that real?
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is typically Saturday nights are the one nights that this is my reset day, because I don't sleep Monday through Saturday, and because I'm up either 3 or 4. So like tonight and tomorrow, I'll have probably some sort of vivid, just like off the wall dream, because I'll take my magnesium, and I'll take about 10 hours of sleep before I'm like, man. And I'll just think about all these things that I've had some wild ones lately, so it's been actually pretty interesting. I need to start writing them down.
Yeah, you do. That's pretty fun.
Because
I like it.
It's good and bad.
A little old school dream journal.
Yeah.
Like, but not in the way of like, what am I dreaming about? You're just
Yeah.
like,
No, it's.
yeah,
I feel like I'm there.
I like it. So, today's topic is in this season of life. So, we've been doing this for over a year, and we're running the program again. So, what is something that you want to learn, get better at, figure out, straighten out, have revealed, whatever it is, whatever terminology we want to use, over the next 60 days? So, the next 2 months, what do you want to gain from this round of 75 hard? We're back.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know, because with the way everything's lined up for me, I'm not sure I'm going to have a whole lot of time.
But hold on. You're
'cause
doing a lot.
I'm-
So there's something in that doing a lot that you're going to get out of that. Because you are doing so much. So what is it through all that you want to do or learn or realize?
I mean, 2 months, March, May.
So let's just say Memorial Day.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, I'm trying to think of a nice, because I really haven't really thought about that.
Yeah.
Okay, what change? Let's switch the question here. I can help us out here. What changes do you want to see in your life, or what things do you want to have in order, or have answers to, or have like whatever it is by Memorial Day?
You got something?
I have nothing.
Dead-
I'm just
Dead air is not good on a
like-
podcast.
Sorry, guys.
because it's not one of those like
We have a couple more
when I do this, it's not normally like trying to find something.
Right.
It just happens. So I don't ever think forward of like I want to do this because it's yeah, like I said, it just naturally occurs, and then you look back and go, oh man, 75 days ago this was different than this, and I.
So the way I got to this question was the forward thinking, backwards planning. If we are thinking about, because yes, every time you run it, you learn something new, you figure something else out about yourself, you get answers and ideas. So what if we go into this with intention about what we're looking for, and then that probably means our brain is going to start trying to solve that problem without us even realizing it. If we just say it. If I say like, for me, like at the end of these 75 days, like I'm excited to be back on like I could already feel it. Like I could feel it like day 10 when I went to bed. I was excited, like setting my alarm. Like I was like ready to go at that point to get to the gym. And like I remember that feeling in college and a couple times, but I want to keep that and like that. And I want that to be what changes, that reigniting of like, I'm so excited to train in the morning that I'm like almost can't sleep. Because I want to keep going. Like, I want to see more transformation. I want to see what my body can do. And then that carries over into what can I do in ministry and in the gym and those things. So it doesn't have to be like a specific thing, but like I'm already thinking about that because I want it to be there at the end of 75 days.
I guess now that I've broke this down, I'm really looking forward to this second part of this book. We haven't talked about like what that's going to look like, and so then if we can have another whiteboard session to where like on my walks and on my runs that I can start to articulate like the vision of what all that could be, especially if it is more of a devotional type, which should be a little bit easier for me as far as just being intentional about the time that I do have, because with FCA and trying to raise support and getting people on my team for the ministry to have more of a consistent day when I get off work, go straight to FCA, and then in between appointments just start having those conversations in my head and writing stuff down, just so that way whenever we hit, probably, because I'm assuming we're doing Live Hard again.
I would assume.
Yeah,
I mean, I still have to complete it. I failed in phase 3. So
just the...
Hold on. We got to pause because I got to figure this out. Is phase one start 30 days
No,
after?
right
I
after.
can just go right
you
into
can
it.
start
We
it.
can go right
you
into
can
it.
start it right after.
We can
if
go
you want.
105 days
Yeah, if you want to.
if you wanted to.
The only one you have to. The only two you have to break for is between phase 1 and phase 2,
30
and
days.
between phase 2 and phase 3.
30 days
Okay, I'll
prior
figure it
to-
out. All right, keep going. Sorry.
So yeah, so no, yeah, like I mean, as far as that part of it, to your question, I'm really looking forward because the vision of thinking about a son or daughter and a father, having those mornings where they have those 3 questions of a devotional after probably a page and a half, 2 pages of a reading, something simple and small, and just starting, because with me starting off with biblical YouVersion Bible app, like how foundational of a motivator that's always been for me to take that with my beginning of my day. And if you're able to implement that with your kid at that young of an age, whether they don't get anything out of it at the time, that there's going to be one of those reflections that they go back to. I remember when Dad and I used to do this. That was really, well, fill in the blank. So that they can start something sooner rather than later. So whenever they do get older, they will have those tools to be able to build off of because of, a devotional or some sort.
That's good.
So I've got 2.
Okay.
One's selfish and one is not.
Mm-hmm.
So one, obviously, being the oldest here, like I've been very intentional with my diet, more intentional this time than any other time.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to see the shape that I can get in the next 75 days. Like, again, like you and I have talked in the gym, like you can only pretty much gain muscle or whatever till like a certain age, and then
60.
Then that's just what you have. Like it's just not happening. So I just
Then you can just maintain it.
Yeah.
You just hold on to it.
So I want to see where I can get in these next 60 days. Just whether it's not adding or just I just want to be in the best physical shape. To be able to say you're in the best shape of your life at 43 years old, when you've been through the army and all that stuff, like that's for me. That's
saying a lot.
Yeah. So I want to do that, and then the other thing is like my little party of 5 that we talked about. I've got 4 other people that outside of the Facebook group that I more or less we coach each other in accountability, and that's really kind of sparked like stuff in me, like just hey, how are we doing today? Just that check in every day with them. How we doing? What are you struggling with? What are you reading? Giving tips on how to do this. So just seeing what that leads to. I don't know. It may or may not, but just that's something I enjoy is helping others with that. So we'll see what we can do with that maybe.
I like it. So then the whole purpose of that is for the listeners, like there is something in your brain if you can speak a problem. So like that's why the first step in recovery is admitting you have a problem.
Yeah, that's why it's the hardest.
Then your brain can start to figure out solutions. Like you got to, then your brain subconsciously is trying to figure things out all the time. But if you don't allow yourself to say this is a problem that needs a solution, then you're not going to start to work on it. And so whatever go ahead.
So what are yours? You ask us, and we answer, but you don't answer?
Yeah.
Good at that.
Sorry.
Deflection.
Well, I talked about being excited about training. And so for me, through these next 75 days, my word for the year was intentional. And so I'm really putting that into this round of I want to see at the end of 75 days, I want to have a great schedule. I want to work on, so if I was going to add another daily task, communicating better with Raimi, about everything going on, and just talking more and being better communicators versus just like we talk, but we just talk about stuff. So talking about important things. And then being intentional, again, things I'm currently doing, but I want to get better at, being intentional with the language I use with Asher and having a little more patience with Addie. And then seeing what I can do this year that challenges me physically. I got into the powerlifting meets and things, and those have been fun, and those have been a thing that now I'm used to. So I want to find things that challenge me or come up with new goals or whatever. So at the end of 75 days, I kind of want that fire back in the gym, I guess. it's a weird thing to say when you own a gym that you don't like have the fire, but it can become
Yeah,
like monotonous.
but
Like we
that's-
train at
it's-
5 all the time, so it's like
Yeah.
just all the time. So like not needing a crew, not needing people, just having that excitement. And I'm already seeing that. Like the feeling of extreme discipline and loving that feeling of being extremely disciplined. Not looking for ways to be like, I'm disciplined so I can do this. Like I want to be back on that, like, let's go, like, burning a hole through everything you walk through, like that
Yeah.
kind of level. So excited. And I know it takes time to get to that. And but I can feel like there's pieces in my brain that are like already like, because it knows what to do. Like it's done it.
Mm-hmm.
So having that be like the norm again.
Yeah. Discipline typically leads to consistency.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like that it's new. It's 2 weeks, so we know like where we're gonna be at in 60 days. Like
Right.
when
Yeah.
we go back to like listen to this episode, and we'll have close to 7 done before.
Yeah.
Like, did we accomplish that? Did we
Mhm.
hold true to that? Are we still, are the results there in the?
Oh, well, gosh. I mean, 10 days of this, like, I don't know if you guys feel this way, or maybe it's, like, again, the way my brain is broken. But, like, I've already, like, 10 days in, you put me on walks, and I'm, like, Vince can attest because I call him all the time. Like, I'm already thinking, like, and trying new things and be like, we need to go do that. Like, I can do this with the gym. This needs to happen in ministry. Like, my family needs to start doing this. Like, I need to do this with Ramey and Asher and Addie.
Yeah.
Like it's just everything. Because you're taking time alone.
Oh yeah.
And so, I think and it's got to fit the schedule. I try not
Yeah.
to take that 45 minutes away from family. But again, if you don't ever say it out loud and you don't ever like think and dwell on it, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. So that's kind of the message for dads. If you say like in the back of your head, you're like, yeah, I want to be present. I want to, have a great relationship with my kids. Well, like saying that's the first step. And then it's like, well, then what actions do you need to do to have that? Because a lot of people just say, well, I want to lose 60 pounds or whatever it is. Well, you can say it, but until you put that in your mind is like at the end of these 60 days, we just said everything we want to have accomplished. And so we're obviously doing the task daily through 75 Hard. So now that's going to be a thing that our brain's solving. When you have those vivid dreams, they're going to be thinking about that stuff. So, that's why I think it's so important to think about it and plan, and not 5-year goals, but 60-day goals are awesome.
Yeah.
Like 60-day goals are just long enough that your brain can't really comprehend what's in 2 months, but like your brain starts to figure it out. So I like it. That was a question. And then next week, you guys don't know this either, we are throwing it all the way back because shout out to all the new listeners and the new, everybody checking us out. We're gonna run back and we're going to get to hear Adam's story next week and kind of how that's progressed since a year ago and things that you would... Because I think if you go back and listen to, I think, episode 4 or 6 or 7, so you can find it, it's Adam's story. But I think what you'll find is the way you talk about those things may be different now than they were when you first started. So we're going to see how our stories... and you may connect things that happen in your life to things that you're doing now that weren't connected before. So, be good?
Yeah.
And then we'll go, Adam Vince Colton. AVC.
Apple cider vinegar.
Wow. That's ACV.
Well, that's ACV.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah. That's also... Oh, no, that's ALCV. That's also alcohol volume. Sorry.
There's a trip through Colton's mind right there. I want to take a 45-minute walk through your head someday. Just,
No,
yeah, just to see all the weird, wild things that are going on.
Oh, gosh. It's fun.
I see glimpses of it at 5 o'clock in the morning when we're in here and he's talking about, we should do this, and we should do this, and we should do this. And then that puts my head in a blender. And
Well, sometimes you sort through all those, and then you get home and you have a cup of coffee, and you're like, that was a horrible idea. There's no way you could do that. But I do wish at times like we had like a giant TV screen on our chests.
Yeah.
That like you could just see what,
No, you
everyone
wouldn't
was
want to see
thinking.
mine. People probably wouldn't like me.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
for the darkness.
Yeah.
There's that.
Well, you know what they say about
I've grown a lot.
comedians. They've got a dark side. Adam being the
No,
comedian, they say they got a dark side.
Call back even.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I heard his pride.
Oh, man. I love it. All right, so week 3, heading into week 3. Let's stay after it. Dads, challenge this week. Find time in the evening, be intentional, throw the ball with the kid, have a conversation, wake up early, talk. Don't turn on music in the car. Talk with your kids. All those things. Like, let's try to think of ways we can be intentional this week, and then see how different you operate when everything you do, you come back to, this is for my kids, or this is to show my kids something. And that's what we want to encapsulate through our daily life, through our podcast, all that stuff. Like this week, remember your why, and see how that changes the way you operate on a day-to-day basis.
Peace.